our business strategy, our current business strategy is, to a certain extent, have no strategy. I was amazed when I saw the movie, the Social Network, talking about Facebook. I'm not trying here to draw a parallel because, you know, we are not there, we don't have the pretension, you know, to talk this way. But when I think in the middle of the movie, when they asked Mark, said, okay, what do you want to do now? I mean, how are we going to make money? Mark asked, I don't know yet. I don't even know what this animal called Facebook look like. It's still too early. It can be something crazy that go beyond our vision, or it can be killed, you know, in a couple of days. So putting a barrier and try to define and try to stick to one strategy on one planned steps, sometimes it's itself taking a lot of risk. So here we are trying to follow the same vision, in the sense that we are trying to avoid to lock ourselves in a specific, you know, strategy set, in the sense, okay, I want to sell, or I want to start now, right now, manufacturing. We said, okay, we're gonna work hard to articulate a great PR campaign. We're gonna start, you know, talking to the main players, and then we're gonna wait for the feedback. In the sense, feedback from society, feedback from public, and feedback from these wind or energy players. And then we're gonna adapt our strategy accordingly. It's too early now to say, okay, this is the target, and it has to be 2015, and it has to be this way. It doesn't mean that we are just, you know, walking in a fog. It's not that foggy. It's still unclear, because we know that that's something great, but we don't know the limit of this. So at the end, for us, it's a dream. We have nothing to lose. Of course, we put a lot of money, but we already got the return in terms of emotion. Just being part of such a journey and living it, you know, fully, deeply, and each single second of your life, it's already a great performance. I mean, talk for myself and my partner and the entire team. You know, worst case scenario, if something, you know, didn't go well, we can create other, because the imagination, the innovation, this capacity of creating the things, it's unlimited. Okay, this is one idea. Probably we can get other, and we have 4 or 5 other in the pipe, you know. So we don't really worry about the outcome, the final outcome, how we're gonna make money. Hopefully we'll make a lot of money, but the most important thing for us is to succeed, to set a benchmark, and to promote our country, because we have to pay back somehow, because in Tunisia, for the last 50 years, education is free, health is free, and the country, our parents, whatever, spend their time, their money, their everything, you know, to get us a good education, so that we can probably take the entire country to the next level. So there is a big responsibility for us. That's why we are here in Tunisia. I came back to Tunisia. My partner is in Tunisia. We are bringing other partners to Tunisia. And if, inshallah, something happens and we start the commercial phase and the industrial phase, we're going to push for most of the facility to be located in Tunisia, so that many people can be employed. I mean, to address somehow the current level of unemployment, and to prove again, as I said, to ourselves and to the others and to the region themselves, that yes, we can do. When I started the program, at the beginning I was a bit lost, because coming from an educational background which is largely inspired by the French system, and starting American-British program was a kind of big shift. So there was a transition period that lasted for a while, because I had a different mindset, which is technically required, you know, to follow the program and to be quick in capture things. So I spent some time to find the angle, because the French system, we used to just stick to the theory, talk a lot, but lose the point. I mean, while here the American system have to go straight to the point, have to be practical, have to be, you know, how to get things done, and then try to get the theory and elaborate, you know, there. So there was a bit disconnection, and that's actually the contribution of the program, is that it gets you there. You know, you came as an input, and the output is totally different, at least very different from the input. And then you get to analyze and realize things, that we are coming probably from an environment where we are risk averse, you know, because the cost of failure, at least the social cost of failure, is still extremely high in Tunisia or across the region. You know, people set the model of the people that succeed in terms of financial means. You can be a CEO, I mean, of a company. You earn a lot of money, but compared to an entrepreneur who starts his, you know, own business, people, of course, they don't see this entrepreneurial, you know, challenge. They stick to the model which is less risky, rewarding, and predictable. You know, so even my parents, you know, when I told them that, okay, I'm giving up my banking career and I'm venturing in something, you know, in a startup, they were really concerned. Said, how come you leave Dubai, you leave Citibank, you leave, you know, all this comfort, and then you come back to Tunisia just after the revolution, you know, where conditions are not that perfect, you know, the best, and then to commit and engage and get, I mean, completely involved in a startup that has no cash flow yet, you know. So for them it was a big change, and a very risky change. So because again, they look at the thing as per a model, you know, which been, you know, adopted for now a generation, which is, to succeed you need to graduate, to find a good job, of course, as an employee, you know, and that will guarantee you a retirement plan. This is for Tunisia the success as per, I mean, my parents and the common, you know, sense. So how to get the courage, you know, to go against the trend and prove to yourself, to the other, even those who are, you know, closer to you, that no, it's worth, you know, taking the risk and venturing, you know. It was not easy. Even before I leave Dubai, every week I was getting a call from my dad, you know, you have to consider, are you sure, do you think it's a good time? Sometimes you have to follow, you know, this inner voice. When you get the inspiration, when you get the feeling, you have to go for it. I think, okay, now I have nothing to lose. Okay, the entry barrier and the exit barrier are not that high. Of course, the opportunity cost is huge because of what I'm leaving, but if I don't do it now, it will be too late. Now I don't have any constraint, financial constraint, or I don't have a family, I'm still a bachelor. It's not an invitation, but you know, if we don't take the risk now, I'll never do it. And I know, in fact, I have many friends, old friends, you know, 50s, 60s, extremely successful one in Dubai and elsewhere. they really regret that they didn't have the chance once in their life to start something by their own. They said, when I talked to them, said, we missed this opportunity. And sometimes I can feel the eyes of others, of those people, even though we are friends and we respect each other. When I talk about what I'm doing, sometimes they see it as their own failure or their own incapacity doing it, because probably they didn't have enough courage to do it, or the context and their own personal condition were different. So we are not comparing here the same thing, but I can see these slight things, you know, in their eyes, which even encourage me, you know, to go further and said, okay, I need to do it. I need to do something different in my life. I've been in the banking industry for 12 years. When people ask me, what are you doing? What are you doing for a living? I said, okay, I'm stealing the rich to give back to the rich, you know, because bank shareholder are sometimes, you know, more richer than the customer themselves. There was no personal satisfaction, even though it was a great experience. I learned a lot, I evolved, I got to know a lot of people, I traveled, I attended a lot of seminars everywhere. But still, you ask yourself this basic, you know, question: what are you doing? What is your contribution? I compare myself to some friends who are doctor or teacher, professor, whatever. A huge difference. They're having contribution. I'm not that sure, or you know, sometimes, and this has been triggered to some extent thanks to the MBA, because the MBA we did at least 100 different cases, you know, across the board, different industry, different stories, success stories, failure, whatever. And only at the end of the program you realize that each case, it's kind of, you know, I draw the parallel here with this kind of drop-by-drop irrigation. You know, each case is as if it's one drop that, puff, they put you don't realize it at the beginning, but then at the end, when it accumulated, I said, okay, all this successful entrepreneur, whatever, they did it. Why not me? They push you to ask yourself this question. And I remember one quote in one case where once, young entrepreneur was talking to his father, and the entrepreneur wanted to start something by his own. And his father got it, and he wanted to encourage him, you know. And he told him, my son, you will never get rich as long as you work for somebody else. And this, when you read it at the beginning, okay, you keep going, you know. But then when you come back, said, it's true. Okay, probably the father said it, you know, just to encourage and push his son. But it's true. He said, why not me? Why not? I mean, all these guys, are they smarter than me, or are they richer than me? Or at the beginning, everybody has, I would say, equal chance with the others. You know, it's only up to you if you want to make it or not. If you want to, which way you want to choose. You know, want to take some risk, or you want to stick to the common and conventional, you know, way and balance. You know, no, I don't want to much, but you know, the risk is limited. I want to have my family, I have my mortgage, and then my car, and then I retire. You know, the other way, of course, the volatility is higher, but it's always, you know, worth trying it, especially during this, you know, when you are, I would say, between 27, 29, 30 to 40. This is our period. And my message to the people who are still, you know, hesitating and trying, they have some arguments to consider and other arguments not to consider. In any case, you will not lose much, you know. If you do it and you fail, either you can do it again, or you can then go back to the conventional way. But the other way around is not possible. If you get stuck in the conventional way, after a while you can't move back to it. It will be extremely difficult, and the entry barrier will be very, very high. So if you have the chance now, at that age, if you have a minimum gut, you know, to go for it, go look for a good partner. You know, I encourage people not to go by themselves, because for me it was a dilemma. How can I start something while I'm in Dubai, while I'm a director at the bank? I can't. You know, to start something you have to be on the ground, and you have to be, you know, full-time and dedicated and spend night and day working. So the equation was impossible, you know. So shall I leave my job, come back here, and then look and try to start something? It will take years, and then it's a real risk. Or shall I do something part-time, you know, I'll try over the phone, whatever. It won't work because I'm not. So the best combination was to find somebody that can complete me, complement me, sorry, and where I can really complement him. So this association was a great one because of the complementarity, of the synergy, of I can provide things that he cannot provide, and he can provide things being on the ground that I cannot have. And we started like that. And slowly, slowly we built it up. And after 1 year, 1.5 years, said, okay, now we have this minimum stuff where we can take more risk and I can jump. That's why I quit and I came back.